Hello and welcome to another update video on Bitcoin. So we are here on the Bitcoin chart. I just really want to take a look at the shorter time frame today. Bitcoin has not really moved much since yesterday. Last update was that we had hit here this support zone, micro support zone, after a micro 5-wave move to the upside from the Tuesday low. So we have this wave 1 to the upside and a possible wave 2 to the downside. By the way, if you're watching this and if you're interested in Bitcoin dominance, stay tuned. I'm going to take a look at the Bitcoin dominance chart as well at some point in the video. So feel free to hang around. I think that's quite interesting at the moment because Bitcoin dominance is starting to drop. So we want to take a look at where the journey could take us. But overall, the idea is that here at the moment, Bitcoin is still in the same structure that we discussed over the last few days, right? So we still have a structure in which the market could be on its way higher in circle wave 5. After circle wave 4, so a fourth wave corrective pullback, right? Completed here actually around the 15th of July. And we're now in the 5th wave to the upside. And that should be a 5-wave move up in itself. What we have, so basically like this, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 to round about 126K or even a little bit higher. In this structure to the upside here, yeah, we'd like to see the market go a little bit higher in circle wave 5. Again, it would be a 5-wave move, and we're currently probably in wave 2 of 5. And that wave 2 corrective pullback is definitely something I'm watching. It is possible that it's already in, but I don't assume it is because the rally, the overnight rally, you could say, was extremely weak. It was weak, and it's an overlapping and choppy mess. Now, that doesn't mean that we necessarily have to test support again. For me, it's like as long as support is holding, we can watch for higher prices. But I can really only confirm that this wave 2 has bottomed once we see an impulsive rally out of this, yeah. Let me remove the upper section here of this support area, but yeah, that's basically what it is. So my take is we have an A wave down, a B wave up, which might even be unfolding still, and could get another C wave decline into the support area. Now, it would be preferred if the price could come into support again, because the rally is very, very choppy and messy. Now, in case of preferred, don't think that's what I personally want. I mean, in my opinion, we could go higher straight away, but it's just a choppy and messy structure that's developed, and that looks very much like a B wave, okay? So I'm not confirming yet a low in wave 2. We just need to be prepared for another test of support. What would be ideal is even a larger B wave, so we have a higher probability of actually holding support. And I think at the moment it's just important to understand the difference between the relevant support levels here on the smaller time frame chart. We've got this support area all the way down to 116,660. And the idea behind this one is this is the support area for the 1-2 setup, basically to track a direct upside reversal from the Tuesday low. 5 waves up, 3 waves down. As long as we're holding above that 116,660 level, the focus can be on higher prices directly, and I can at least carefully assume that the wave 4 bottomed there on Tuesday. But of course, I mean, if we break below 116,660, this is not invalidated, but it would become less likely. You know, the decline would become less likely. Not the decline, sorry, the upside reversal in the 1-2 setup would become less likely because this is then below support, but not invalidated. So there is a slim chance that we still turn around even below support, but above the invalidation point, which is the swing low from Tuesday at $115,750. Now, the thing is that at the moment, as I said, it is probably we test support again, so we have to monitor the support area. Now, if we break below support and invalidation, then I can still call this maybe an extension of the 4th wave that presumably actually bottomed on Tuesday. This is basically just we're falling back into the pattern that we were in until Tuesday, till that low. But then support will be 115K. But if we break below this level as well, then we're also losing this analysis, yeah, or not analysis, we're losing this scenario, and we're falling back into an even larger fourth wave. So then the idea is that the larger degree third wave, which we, in the white count, will only reach after the next high, well, I have to assume that this already is in. Then we have a little bit more room all the way down to 113,800. I mean, in the end, these wave counts, don't get confused, they only give us support levels. So we have a support, you could see this here as a large support zone. And really only below 113,800, I have to change the analysis here. Everything else only affects really the nanostructures. Below 113,800, yeah, wouldn't be ideal. I have to say, it wouldn't be ideal. I would have to make a larger change to this structure. It wouldn't mean that we are in a bear market necessarily or anything, but the risk is obviously anyway high. But yeah, for now, I think in the very short term, Bitcoin is just in a larger holding pattern. That's my view. I mentioned over the last few days, we could spend some time in this range, and that's what we see right now. And as long as we stay in this range, it seems to be quite positive for altcoins. So in the end, it's quite positive. I think if we stay a little bit more in the range here and the altcoins are doing quite well. I think now we're going to take a look at Bitcoin dominance. Yeah, Bitcoin dominance is dropping rapidly, actually. We're currently holding just above 62%. I shared it yesterday actually on X and the last few days. So I invite you to follow us there as well, by the way, this morning as well. So I'm sharing a Bitcoin dominance a little bit more frequently here on X at the moment. Check it out if you're interested. Just sharing basically what people are interested. So if you want to follow us here, make sure you do. I'll leave the link in the description and in the comment section. But yeah, Bitcoin dominance seems to be dropping, and the next support is around 62%. So that would be just the next, the last significant swing low. Anything below could send us more directly then, and this is an important one. So, I mean, there are support levels along the way. I mean, structural support, right? There's like here 60%. We need to see how relevant these really are. And then down there, 56%. And this one is going to be a major one, around 54.7%. So overall, tracking here, the downside starts to look impulsive. It's not 5 waves yet, but maybe we get a 5-wave decline. But nothing is typically moving in a straight line, so we might get ups and downs. But if we just zoom in a little bit, and when this happens, it can happen very quickly. So you see it back here also in 2020, how rapidly this decline unfolded, right? So I mean, essentially, again, you don't really get very clean Elliott Wave patterns here, and it's not really a chart that you should really use for Elliott Wave analysis, but we use it just to get some clarity in the chaos and to identify some tendencies. And so far, I mean, you can see that the market is turning around in our resistance area up here, but we have not reached the trend line, but still we are in an area where, of course, a top could form at any point. It's just not really meaningful enough, this decline. I mean, yeah, we see a little bit of downside, but it's not too meaningful yet, this decline. So waiting for it, watching for it, that's why I'm observing it so closely. Stay tuned for it. Hope you enjoyed the update. Make sure you subscribe, hit the like button. Also check out the membership if interested, and follow us on X. Thanks so much. Bye-bye.